happy. You're looking like you're struggling.
If anybody has a scissors, actually, I'll make them into a pair of shorts. But Russia, no problems with the heat for them in the first game. Can they keep it going against La France? First touch for the French, Elodie Goulignan. And there at the base of the ruck for Ledouf. Scored a try in that out-of-wing game. Touch for Goussier, who had an equally good game against Brazil. France happy to keep that ball, playing in their unfamiliar strip of red. Not Les Bleus on this occasion, because Russia having to defend. This is an attack with promise now for the French. And Goulignan stepping inside. Two Russian defenders to take her down at the 22-metre line. Quick ball needed. Ledouf with the pop pass. Wanted to take it on the reverse. She gets it again. Now needs support. And Russian defending all over the place there.
Let's go.
Knock on. Referee on the spot. But that was a decent French attack.
Very promising indeed. I liked it how they protected both of their rucks, because against New Zealand, Russia totally upset them in that area of the game. See the body position there from Mayan.
Let's get it steady.
A lot looked fantastic from this, and if they can bring some of that flair out there, who knows what's going to happen here.
First scrum of the game. Goussier standing as first receiver, but it's messy ball at the back, a little bit slower than she would have liked. Here she is, crossfield kick, nobody at home for Russia. If it sits up nicely, oh, it did.
Backwards.
And the hands really should have been better, you feel, from Gracineau. Still French ball and still possession. Ledouf trying to pump the legs. 5 metres short, 4 metres short now. And ball still there for France with the advantage as well. Little switch of attack from Goulignan, trying to go herself. Can she reach? She can. Was it down?
Short day penalty over.
No advantage though. We'll go back for the penalty. Referee happy to let them have a go. It was a shot to nothing there.
How about that football kick? Unorthodox. This is what I love about French side. Sometimes they pull out unexpected tactics.
Goussier to Ledouf, and again the kick went backwards. This one, is it going to pay off? Franny Horta, well, the pass wasn't as she intended. That's being kind. Another way of saying was it was pretty awful, and the attack will come to nothing. You know what? France will be disappointed there. They should have crossed that Russian line.
Yeah, obviously the tactic is to use the kick pass, but that time it just was a little bit off, and probably if they had looked up and seen the defence, they would have realised that putting it through the hands was a far better option.
Bind.
Generally tend to be pretty high scoring games. 22-14 the last time they met in the series. France won that one. Russia with their first touch of the ball, and they decide to kick it clear. We've had 3 kicks in the space of 90 seconds. You don't see that too often in this sevens game. France now with a chance to offload that ball. Marjorie Mayan leaves it, now collects the pass on the outside. Does she fancy a go? One-handed little scoop into the path of Horta. Franny Horta is going to cross the line and touchdown just about in the end, but the referee happy that it was okay, and France do get their just reward.
Fantastic. It was like elastic, that comeback, you know, the response. They turned around defence into attack. It was a bit of a horrible kick really from Russia. It held up really high in the air, and look at how they finished it off here with Horta. I really like Mayan and her involvement there. Just one-handed pass, the wrap around, simple.
So that was the try. This was the conversion attempt that just drifted wide. So 5 points to nil, France with the lead. One of the Russian players in trouble, so Marina Kukhina has come in her place, and it looks like a bad injury to the ankle there. She's hopping her way off as we speak, but
time back on.
Just going to get a bit of attention there, you can see.
Gee, I would be stuffed hopping that distance.
I'd give you 3 hops and you'd be down. Ledouf with the restart. And as I mentioned, Kukhina, the substitute, just watches that one. Russia now with a chance to attack for the first time really in the game, but they're still well inside their own half. What can they manage from here? It's a different first 3 or 4 minutes than how they started against New Zealand, when they were full of intent and they're drifting across the pitch, and the lines are all wrong and allowing France to make easy tackles. Kukhina there to try and look that ball over. Picked off the deck there by Vorontsova. And a chance to break through the middle. Vorontsova needs a bit of help. Chopped down. Decent tackle. It had to be as well by Mayan. But then she didn't release, and a chance for Russia to go in here. Surely must. It's a simple Kazakova. Mismatch in terms of numbers. 2 touches down. And Russia strike back with 2 minutes to go.
Great response. The key for me in that whole movement was Kudanova. She basically made all the decisions in those movements, like to take the quick tap, where to pass the ball. Here she is involved. She looks up, she sees there's 2-on-1. She's got a player running onto the ball at speed. But she was involved a lot earlier than this as well. She is the key player in this team.
Baranovsky being his usual animated self. If he enjoyed that try, he certainly wouldn't know it by looking at him. And here is the conversion attempt. Well, he must have enjoyed that, because that is a sweet strike by the Russian number 11, Seredina. And Baranovsky back on his bench. Not good for the health, this. Watching Sevens rugby for the Russian head coach.
Heart attack material.
Kukina restarts, goes to the left-hand side. Well, don't see Marjorie Mayan make too many mistakes, in fairness to her. Took her eye off that one, and she gets the pass away. Another crossfield kick from France. It must be a strategy that they've picked a weakness in the Russian defending, because they're trying to use that space, and they managed to come up with possession as well. Keep that ball alive. Horta. Nice pass straight into the hands of Goulian, who's still going. Goulian looks for the switch, dummy switch. Well, if Sonny Bill Williams is watching that, he'd be proud of it. Ball at the back still. Ladouf looks for Mayan. The Russian defence up very quickly to break the line. A lovely pass back inside, and it's going to be a try for Cressino. Underneath the post, he touches down, slices through the Russian defence. Try for France.
Like for like, isn't it? Tit for tat. These two teams, they know each other well. France struck back, went through plenty of hands. Beautiful pass there from, I think it was Ladouf. Mayan involved again. It was a cutback. Gracino. The defence couldn't stop, couldn't change direction. And Gracino was through.
There was the conversion attempt, no problem from straight in front of the post. So France leading by 12 points to 7 as the hooter sounds for half time. We will have one more restart, but certainly France full value for their lead. It's an awkward looking one. The Russians happy to let it bounce. Dangerous tactic, but they come back with it there. Seredina gets the pass away. It's going to pop up. Where's it going to lead? France looked like they've managed to steal possession. Did it go forward?
Lost forward here by her.
It did.
No, she lost the forward. Yeah, no worries.
There's the half-time whistle. Well, the Russia that we saw against New Zealand has all but disappeared. I'm sure it's going to be stern words from the coach Baranovsky. I would not like to be in the huddle at half-time. France full value for the lead as things stand. 12 points to 7.
Я один шаг не просил тебя. Здесь то же самое, Петрова защищается, не успеваешь, понятно, скорость нет. Ну прибеги потом мне и помоги защищаться. Ушла на 2 метра от этого места, вот так встала и стояла, смотрела. Ну стреляй на следующего игрока, она защищается. Вы же правильно не хотите играть, то же самое. Ну здесь она идет на передний, ну явно тебе мешается. Ну дави сама, блядь. Чего вы дрожите, блядь?
Давай подавить надо, девочка!
Берешь защиту игрока, ты начинаешь его на себя тащить, что нашу защиту такой. Баут выдавливай, убирайте игроков. Проявляйте характер, не хрен с счетом. Проявите характер, здесь остановитесь. Вышли на расслабоне, кому-то это развиваете.
Давайте, девочки! Россия, 3-4! Россия!
Не будете биться! Они
I think
отбирают тебя!
he's not too happy with that first half.
I'm pretty sure a lot of that is about defence. You know how he did this sort of the squat. He's saying that they're just standing back on their haunches rather than going up and cutting down the space. And he's right, because they've only made 73% of their tackles, and that's pretty poor in a game of 7. But hey, the score is only 12-7. It's anyone's game.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, they've got the likes of Hamidova on the bench. Haven't seen her yet. Marina Kukina as well, impact substitution. So it'll be interesting to see when Baranovsky decides to use those substitutions. France at the moment are happy with the way things are, and why wouldn't they be? Christelle Ledoux. Switches tack now. Is this going to go the 10 metres? It's not. It's going to drop just short.
Came off their head second. Was off their head there. Vantage over.
Mayan looks to spread across the pitch. Ledov. No real room to move there, but there might be some here for France on the outside. Lovely little pop pass. Amil looks for support on the outside. She couldn't get the pass to hand, and you can see Goulion was screaming for that ball, but Audrey Amil, well, at the clinical stage, the pass didn't go.
Such a pity, because they moved it to the middle of the field and then switched back, and by that time the Russian defence had all crabbed over because they thought they were going to tap on the open side. Smart play, but at the end just
substitution.
Well, here is Bayzat Hamidova, number 5 for Russia. I'm sure a target in this lineup, but she has got real pace, and she's so difficult to stop. For a tall player, her centre of gravity is remarkably low. She's ability to work off either foot, and can she get something going for this Russian team? Kukina takes it off the top. A little bit of space to run into now, and this is a dangerous looking move. Can anyone get across? 2 French defenders against 1 Russian attacker. Still going strong at the moment. She's running out of gas, Petrova, and needs a bit of help. She eventually gets it. Pop pass up to Kazakova, who's swallowed up in the tackle by the dog. Brilliant hit. And they go left. Here is Hamidova. First touch for her. Tries to get through 2 red jerseys, and she's still going and gets the pass away. Brilliant stuff from the Russians. And inside that French 22, hitting the ground there is Kudinova, and it's still alive. Russian attack.
First arriving player at the breakdown, number 10.
Well, just as I say, they give away the penalty. Petrova with the original break.
Look, the thing about that break is Petrova, you would have put money on her to have scored that try. I mean, that's why the support play wasn't there. They thought she was away. The key for me is that they put so much out on the paddock against New Zealand that it was fatigue in the end that saw her slow up. Here's this break. Beautiful, sliced through the hole. Any day she would have been over. Look, went backwards here, Kazakova, because she was waiting for the rest of the players to get there, and it was Kudinova the first one. But good break that came to nothing.
Does look like they're huffing and puffing out there, the Russians, and France seem full of energy. Where's this one going to bounce though? Kukina straight through to take it. She take advantage. Hamidova, any room on the outside for her? They got to hang on to that jersey. Russia still have it. Nice twist out of the first tackle there, and a beautiful pass on the outside. They're going to score, and it's going to be Mikhalsova who touches down. Well, you felt it was coming, and I tell you what, Hamidova has had an impact in this game since coming off the bench.
This was great, wasn't it? Yep, she stood up, looked around. Serendina was the support player. That was excellent from Serendina as well, to get the lovely ball out wide to Mikhalsova, who scored her 3rd try so far in Dubai. I mean, she was a real star in game 1, wasn't she?
Absolutely, and 4 minutes left to go. Russia have fought their way back into this for a lead. Didn't catch all of it. It went over though. I tell you what, no pictures on the scorecard.
That was a bit ugly, wasn't it? But who cares?
Absolutely. Take it any way you can.
You can never say die with this Russian team. They will not give up.
Well, there we go. By the skin of your teeth.
Jeez.
Not one for the highlights reel, but they all count. 14-12, France need a score. Plenty of time to get one though. Halfway stage of the second half, and they have been very good for most of this game. Perhaps maybe just switching off the last couple of minutes to allow the Russians back into it, and they'll be confident they have what it takes to go back down that pitch and score. They've done it before in dramatic circumstances. Fanny Orta hits the deck just before the halfway line, but she's got to let go, and she didn't do it enough in time. There is Kudinova with the pass. France seem to make the hit. A little bit of a half attempt really, because if it was fully committed, they could have broke down that Russian attack. They get the penalty though. Tap and go. Mayan looks at the ball on the inside. 3 players lining up. Not a lot of space left to use it. Keep it alive. MD, and they're going to go score, are they? The chase is on. Nobody near. Kukina won't get there in time, and it is going to be a try. France back in front, and you have to say they do deserve it on the balance of play so far. Didn't panic. That was the key after Russia got their score, and this, here you see it, Mel.
Look, absolutely. You just said no panic. They have been very calm out there, and just the way that they put those tries together, the ones they've put out there so far, they're just using numbers and they're letting the ball do the work. Whereas Russia, they look a little bit out on their feet.
So no joy with the conversion. A surprise one because it certainly wasn't the most difficult, and Troncy edges France back in front, but 3 points the gap. Any try now for Russia would edge them back in front. Just under 2 minutes to play. Possession absolutely crucial here. Leduff hangs one. Mayan is up there. Where's that into a French hand? It's gone backward according to the referee. Well, you could argue the toss about that one.
I'm going to go not by blue because he came forward. I'm going to give it option.
Yeah, Russia's kick-off formation. I mean, I think that was Kazakova. She was totally isolated, wasn't she? She didn't have any of her players around her. Two of the French players have pushed up and forced a mistake, really. Great shake.
What's the number now? Yes, let's go. Yeah. Scrum the line up. Scrum.
So France had the option of a scrum line. They've gone for the scrum there. I tell you, if they can hang on, the dynamics of this group will be very, very interesting, because New Zealand will have only one win under the belt. Russia will only have one if it stays like this, and France will lead the way, but still to play New Zealand in what could be a crunch game. And everything on the line. That's what we want to see in the 7 series. Advantage being played to the French now. Fanny Orta drifts across. She's watched like a hawk by the Russian defence. Little handoff by Grassino. Scored a try earlier on in the first half. Back for Orta once more. Little step. Needs help and gets it. Pass back inside from Leduff. Where's this going to end up? Grassino again. Russia need to get their hands on this ball by Indians yesterday, and they have a penalty. Last chance saloon for Russia. What do you reckon, Mel?
I'd love them to get a try, because it will be entertaining, surprising, great to watch, and they're certainly capable of it.
There's the tap, Kukina. Any room on the outside? Here is Hamidova. Now what has she got left? She should have plenty, because she hasn't got a huge amount of minutes under her belt in the tournament so far. Hit the deck, and the pass from Lushina. It's gone loose though. If France get this ball, it's all over. There's the hooter for the final whistle. Next time it goes dead. Last chance saloon for Russia. Hamidova needs to get the pass away. Does so. Here is the impact player, Raina Kukina, or I should say Lushina, that I mentioned at half-time. Took a while to bring her on, but it's still there for Russia. Kukina. 2 on 2. Tackles have to be made here. The French drift to defence is coming across. Amadi has to make the hit. 1 on 1 here. Who would you back in this one? Russia trying to take the win. You've got to get it, surely. Mikhailova. The most dramatic of finishes. The Russian bench celebrates, because this will win it. An incredible finish to a very entertaining game. Her 4th try this weekend, Mikhailova.
You asked the question, can they do it? Well, they've answered it in beautiful style. She loves scoring tries, this young lady, and it was an amazing pass from Petrova, who'd taken it up, attacked, got the ball away just there in the contact, stop, start on the outside, tongue is out, happy as Larry.
Conversion to come to put the icing on the cake. It's good. And the final whistle goes. Heartbreak for France, who I'm sure thought they'd done enough when the hooter went and they were inside the Russian 22, but not to be a last gasp winner. And look what it means to the Russians. Brilliant stuff from them. They beat France by 21 points to 17.